Hello and welcome. Aquarister here, back with another video, and today we are going to be looking at probably my number one asked question at this point in New World, and that is, what do I do in the game? Or more so, should I come back now or should I come back for the expansion? Should I start playing now? Should I start playing the expansion? New and return players are looking at New World again, and it is a very, very exciting time for the game for us, because we're seeing players that are coming back that maybe gave it a shot at the start, put it down because of all the issues, and now are deciding to come back. So today we're going to look into kind of my opinion as far as what I would look at if I were a new player, what would get me excited, and kind of some of the options that are out there for you guys. But before we fully get into today's video, I do just want to say, if this video helps you out or if you just like it, do drop it a like. It does help me out a lot and I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more content like this as well as future videos, especially with the expansion coming, definitely subscribe to the channel so you get notified on those new videos and kind of keep up to date as I come out with new content. And I do stream throughout the week on Twitch, so if you do want to stop by a stream, ask any questions, or just hang out, we would love to have you. But I am going to be streaming the new content when it does come out, so definitely stop on by and say hello. But let's get into today's video. So a lot of people know of the expansion coming up, and those who have heard about it, who are currently playing New World, are very, very excited. Those who maybe put New World down after the initial release may be very skeptical. So today what I'm going to be doing is answering this question of, should I come back to New World, and if so, should I come back now or later? Because I've been getting that question a lot, and I figured, why not make a video about it so then people can kind of get their own opinions and figure out what they would like to do. So today's video is going to revolve around my opinion as far as what I would do as a new player or a returning player. So let's start with a new player. If I am new to New World, what should I do? Should I start the game now? Is it a good time to start the game? Simple answer is no. For me personally, I would wait until season 3. If I am a brand new player to New World, I would not start now, because there's so much that's going to be changing with season 3 that I think your overall experience as a new player will be drastically different now as opposed to down the road. Now, it does depend on how fast you end up progressing and all of that. But personally, like I said, I would wait. You're going to have loot biasing. You're going to have all sorts of other stuff added in that's going to actually benefit you as a newer player as well. So I would really wait if I was a brand new player personally. Now, for those of you who maybe just want to get into the game, get a feel for it, and then decide after that if you want to get the expansion, by all means, definitely play the game. We don't mind having new players one bit, but just keep in mind that Season 3 is going to change a lot. Now, for the more difficult question. So let's say you are a returning player, maybe played right after launch, played for like 6 months, maybe even a year, and then just kind of had enough because of some of the issues. For one, I want to put your mind at ease that New World is a very, very different game than it once was. It is not even close to what it was when it first launched. We have come a very, very long ways with the game. Those of us who have stuck with it this whole time have seen it kind of change and evolve into what we have now and what we have coming. And I gotta say, I'm very happy with the game. I've had a lot of fun with it. We did go through that time of the game feeling fairly dead and being very concerned with the health of the game and what was going to happen. But they've made some really good steps in the right direction. And so far, I'm really, really happy with where the expansion is going to be leading. So, return players, right? Different game now. Do you come back now? Is there the gear grind? For one, I'm going to say there is no expertise grind anymore. Expertise is going to be going away with the start of Season 3. So if you're coming back to the game with the intention of grinding out your gear score, do not worry about it unless you just want to go and run some loot chests, chest runs and dungeons and stuff like that. By all means, go for it, but do not make your expertise a grind, because that system is going away. You will not actually have to grind out 600 or 625. Instead, the gear will drop at the content that you are doing. So depending on the content you're doing, the gear score and everything will change. So that is really nice for a return player, because the gear score grind was so grindy. Like I ended up doing it. I got through it. It was fine, but it was a grind. And I just kind of thought to myself, if I was a casual player, would I want to do this? And honestly, no. As a casual player, or even for me creating like an alt character in my head, like an alt account, I don't really want to build up all that gear again. It's a pain to have to grind out the gear score, but crafting and pulling gear and stuff, that's different. So I mean, getting the gear score to 600 or 625 on multiple counts was just a lot of work. I didn't really want to do it. I know some people enjoy that process, but I personally did not. And I don't think a lot of people liked the whole gear grind. I don't think it was well received by a lot of people. But that is all going away. So for you return players, if that's what was holding you back, definitely, you can choose to come back now or come back later, up to you. But keep in mind, you don't have to grind out that same gear score like you used to. So do not come back to the game and worry about immediately like, well, I need to go spam dungeons and chest runs specifically for expertise. Or for those who have been away from the game even longer, it was the old watermark system for those who don't know. That is what it originally was called before the system was actually like written out for us to see. It was just the watermark system. You just had to kind of like hope that you got a gear score increase. It was not great. So we've come a very long ways with that. But now the question is, do I come back now? If I'm a returning player, do I come back now or do I come back when season 3 hits with the expansion? And that is a personal decision. For me, this is the way I look at it. If I'm a PvPer and I want to be, as competitive as possible in OPRs and just open world or any PvP of any sorts, I'm going to play the game now. I'm going to get as much stuff prepped so I can either have stuff crafted or make enough gold to go and buy stuff. But like, I'm going to want to keep a leg up on the competition and stay up to date with my gear. So that is kind of where I would go. If I am PvP focused as a returning player, I would try to just come back and not worry about getting my build fully set or anything like that, because again, that is going to change next season. But instead, just try to get gold. Try to set yourself up so like when the time comes, you can just get the gear and get the resources that you want when you want it. There's no monkeying around. There's no PvEing, like going out and farming a whole bunch, unless like it's just to make money. So if I was just purely PvP focused, that's kind of what I would do. Now, if I am a PvEer, let's say I'm a PvE crafter, because I do PvE, I do crafting, I do PvP, I kind of do everything in the game because I enjoy all of it. But let's say I am a crafter. What I am doing currently as a crafter is I am preparing myself for leveling up my trade skills, because trade skills are all going up to 250. There's going to be new cooldowns for the prismatic materials, and there's just going to be all sorts of new stuff we're going to have to do and level up. So I am preparing myself for leveling up my trade skills. So I am getting everything all set, getting raw resources ready so I can level stuff up, getting infused armor scraps, stuff like that, not to be confused with the gold fragments. The scraps, you can still level your experience in trade skills with that, like crafting and stuff. So I'm saving all of those for next season, as well as any aptitude chests, anything like that. So there's a lot of little things that normally I would either, like opening a cache or going and farming or not farming. Like there's little things like that I'm starting to do and kind of treating it like I'm not new to New World, but it's early game New World. I'm farming everything that I can. I'm stockpiling. I'm not just selling everything, but that's because I'm a crafter. I am saving all that stuff because I want to craft a lot of stuff. I want to be prepared to craft a lot of stuff. But if I were not a crafter, I would still probably do the same things, only I would be selling the stuff. So it really just depends on what you feel like doing. But that is kind of the route that I have gone, and the route that I am going is I am just prepping stuff. I'm getting everything ready so that when the time comes, I am good to go. I don't need to go out and farm iron for, a couple hours while the expansion's out. I can just go and do it. Do whatever I want and have the iron ready to go, get stuff leveled. So that is the prep work that I personally am doing, and it really is up to you. Do you want to grind out some serious hours in the game and try to, prepare yourself with resources and stuff, or do you just want to wait and get that almost brand new experience to New World with the expansion, because that really is what some people are going to get out of it. Those who haven't played since the start of the game, if you were to wait until the expansion, even if you were to start right now, it'd still be a new experience. But if you wait until the expansion, it will definitely feel like a new game. It'll feel very, very different from what you first experienced. Maybe some good or bad ways, depending on how you look at it. But overall, for the health of the game, I think the expansion is going to be really good and pushing in the right direction. So I am very excited for it. I know that, when it comes to what should I do, it's very opinionated as far as each individual person. But again, this is my opinion as far as what I personally would do if I were in these situations. Definitely let me know, though, what route you're going with, because I'm curious, are players coming back right now to kind of prep stuff, or are they waiting for Season 3? But definitely let me know in the comments, because I would be very interested to know where you all are at with that. All right, that is going to do it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. I know the expansion is causing some skepticism from a few people out there, especially those who maybe played at the start of the game, and I don't blame you. There's a lot to be skeptical about with New World, but it's come a very long ways. It is not even close to the game that it once was when it first came out, and with the expansion, the whole game is kind of changing again. And honestly, I think it's for the better. I think we're really heading in a good direction for the longevity of the game. So I really hope that people enjoy the new content, can enjoy New World again. I know it's a different experience than what we once had, but every game is going to be different down the road from when the game first comes out. So I think if we can get past that initial, like, well, it's not the same as what it used to be, and just get into, well, it's different, it's better, it's just a different experience of a game. I think if we can get to that, then New World definitely has a chance to really grow and become just this like staple game for a lot of people out there. But that is going to do it for today's video. So I do appreciate you all hanging out. It does help out the video as far as just everyone stopping by and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. If you do like the video, please drop it a like. It does help me out a lot. And if you do want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get notified on new videos when they come out. But that is going to do it for today's video. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.